ladies and gentlemen. On the mound for the Rockets this afternoon will be number 12, Michael Matheson.
Got the wrong one. Here we go. Hello, baseball fans. Joby Hodling here at the Brainerd Park, Artesia Bulldogs. Beautiful home park, and we're in the third game of the day. The Goddard Rockets, the home team, the Los Alamos Hilltoppers, the visitors, and Ty Swavely at the plate to lead things off for the Hilltoppers. That ball is hit into foul territory and will fall. Giving chase over there was Ryan Alsop, the third baseman for Goddard. Almost got to it, but couldn't, so that just falls for strike one. Michael Matheson pitching for the Goddard Rockets. John Silva out in left, Fields Boston in center, and Seth Henry in right. I'll give you the infield here in just a minute. You heard Ryan Alsop on third, and of course Michael Matheson, the pitcher, the right-hander, into his motion. Called strike two, caught the outside corner. Ross Stokes is at shortstop, Luke Fulkerson at second, and Dustin Hardwick at first. The catcher is Cinco Holloway, and the aforementioned Michael Matheson pitching. Ty Swavely at the plate. He's the right fielder, and he looks at ball one just off the plate to the outside. Ty wears number one on his yellow jersey. They got orange sleeves and green sleeves and green numbers. Here's the pitch. Swung on foul back. If I didn't have a net in front of me, I almost could have caught that. But a net over all the stands here, so it just hits the net, bounces over the press box on the foul ball. On deck is Diego Rodriguez, the shortstop, wears number 10 on his yellow and green jersey, and Tyler Drake, the third baseman, in the hole for the Hilltoppers. Here's the wind in the 1-2. Fouls it off again. Staying alive is number one, Ty Swavely, as he's able to reach out and get the bat on that pitch. It was a difficult pitch. It was a good pitch by Michael Matheson, and Swavely able to stay alive, got a piece of the bat on it. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball to the right side. Second baseman Fulkerson will go over, make the play. 4-3 the put out. Good play there by Fulkerson as he had to range to his left. And that'll bring Diego Rodriguez to the plate. He's the shortstop, wears number 10 on his yellow and green jersey. Thank you for tuning in here on KSVPTV.com. Of course, we're out there on all the other spots on our social media pages as well. So if you're on one of those, thanks for tuning in. Here's the pitch from Michael Matheson. Called strike one to Rodriguez, outer third of the plate. Third baseman Taylor Drake on deck, and the pitcher Grant Watkins in the hole for the Hilltoppers. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Got to this game, the 4 o'clock game, via Los Alamos winning against Artesia on Thursday and then falling to Santa Teresa yesterday. That pitch misses out for ball one. Goddard defeated Clovis on day one and then fell to Carlsbad yesterday, Friday, so they're here in the third place game, third game of the day. The pitch swung on, fouled back, and out of play. So the count remains 1-2 with 1 out. The nightcap is the championship game, and we will have that right here, KSVPTV.com. And we're also going to carry it on the radio, KSVP Radio, Carlsbad and Santa Teresa. The pitch swung on, ground ball to the shortstop. He'll go over to his right, scoop it up, fired across, and in time, out number 2, 6-3.
2 outs in the inning.
So the first 2 batters go down on ground balls, and that'll bring the third baseman, number 5, Taylor Drake, to the plate.
The third baseman, number 5, Taylor Drake.
On deck will be the cleanup batter and pitcher of today's game, number 17, Grant Watkins. And in the hole will be the center fielder, number 9, Charles Steinkamp. As Michael Matheson for the Rockets brings it to the plate. There's a line drive towards the second baseman. He will pick it up on the first bounce, throw it over to Hardwick at first, and 4-3 the put out, and that is out number 3. So no runs on no hits. There was no errors and nobody left on base. They go down in order. Ground out, ground out, ground out. We will have the bottom half of the first inning coming up, and it'll be Ryan Alsop leading things off, the third baseman. John Silva, the left fielder, batting second, and Cinco Holloway, the catcher, in the 3-hole. We'll be back. Yeah, I like that. Are you going to do it if I don't? I mean, you're going to do Jerry. Or are you just going to use Jerry's? I mean, I have that option. I still haven't quite decided. I'm trying to think if I need to do anything tonight necessarily, but I'll have you an answer here in a little while. I'm going through my evening. The softball team's going to come over here. Wrap it up. And the softball team may be a little late.
On the mound for the Hilltoppers this afternoon will be number 17, Grant Watkins.
Welcome back here as the Goddard Rockets in the bottom half of the first inning coming to the plate. Ryan Alsop, he's the third baseman, and he'll look at called strike 1 from Grant Watkins, the pitcher for the Los Alamos Hilltoppers. On deck is number 3, John Silva, and in the hole, number 14, Cinco Holloway for the Rockets. Here's the pitch, swung on, hit well out into left field. Left fielder turns around, and it will go all the way to the fence, bounce twice into the fence, and he'll go into second with a stand-up double. Will the leadoff batter, Ryan Alsop. Grant Watkins, the pitcher, a right-hander for the Los Alamos Hilltoppers. Taylor Drake at third, Jack Moody at first, Maddox Martinez at second, Diego Rodriguez at shortstop. Aiden Logan in left, Charles Steinkamp in center, and Ty Swavely out in right field. So the defensive setup there for the Los Alamos Hilltoppers. And we're going to have a balk. Yep, he moved, and then he stepped off. So his right foot moved, and then he stepped off with his right foot. And so the home plate umpire called a balk. And the coach for Los Alamos is coming out asking him about it. But right now the runner's down at third base unless they decide that he didn't balk. But if they overturn it, I'm sure the Goddard coaches will come out and say, wait a minute. I don't think they're going to turn anything over. So the balk will stay in effect. Alsop now at third base. And John Silva, who have not yet seen a pitch, will step back in on the right side. The umpire in the field up the middle is talking to Grant Watkins, the pitcher for Los Alamos. So with the runner on third, he's going to go ahead and go from the windup. Here's the pitch. Just missed outside. Ball one. Cinco Holloway, the catcher, on deck, and the pitcher, Michael Matheson, in the hole for the Goddard Rockets. Here's the wind and the pitch from Watkins. Hit hard right into the net over on the right side for a foul ball strike. 1-1 now the count. Hilltopper's playing pretty much straight away and a little bit deeper now, especially out left. The left fielder, Logan, had one hit over his head just a moment ago, the first batter. Pitch down low and away for ball two. 2-1. Now the count. Watkins ready to go. Silva ready. Pitch hits in the turf in front of the plate. So the count now goes to 3-1 on the batter, Silva. Bulldog softball going on across the way over at the Mac Chase complex. And I'll give you some updates from those games here in just a moment. That pitch in on the batter and will be fouled down the right side. Just a chopper that the catcher goes out and gets. So that's strike two. Full count now to Silva. Holloway on deck and Matheson in the hole. The Rockets got a runner 90 feet away with nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. They are the home team in this ball game. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. Like maybe a curve ball. The strikeout is out number one.
That'll bring up the catcher, number 14, Cinco Holloway.
So the number 3 batter in the order, number 14, catcher Cinco Holloway, looks at a ball low on the first pitch. We have one out on that strikeout. Runner at third is Ryan Alsop. He got there via leadoff double and then moved over on a balk. There's a just foul as Cinco Holloway ripped it down the line, third base side. So strike one on the foul ball. 1-1 now the count. Umpire goes back and gets a baseball off the fence where the foul balls are put. All right, so 1-1 the count, one out. Runner at third. Holloway at the plate, and the pitch. Strike called on the inside half of the plate. Strike two. Good fastball. Matheson waiting in the on-deck circle. Fulkerson, the second baseman, behind him in the hole. Call, strike three. Caught the outside corner on that curveball, and that is out number two. Back-to-back strikeouts for Grant Watkins. And that brings Michael Matheson, number 12, to the plate. He is the pitcher here in the ball game. Steps in on the right side. And Grant Watkins again from the windup as a runner over on third base. Curveball, strike one called. Great pitch. Started down the inside half and broke across for a strike. 0-1 the count. Pitch, chopper up the middle. Shortstop's going to have to hurry, and he will get it and get it across for out number 3 on the 6-3 putout. So the third out, and that retires the side. There was one hit, no runs, no errors, and one runner left down on third base. So 0-0 after one inning has been played. We'll be back.
the top half of the second inning. Leading off for Los Alamos, the pitcher, number 17, Grant Watkins.
All right, we're back here as the pitcher will come to the plate. Grant Watkins batting from the left side, number 17, and here's the pitch. Down and in for ball one to the left-handed batter. Michael Matheson, the pitcher for the Goddard Rockets here in this third place game. Steinkamp on deck and Dixon in the hole for the Hilltoppers. Here's the wind in the pitch. Swung on. That's going to be a base rip up the middle. So Watkins gets the first hit for the Hilltoppers. That's a single. And that'll bring Charles Steinkamp to the plate, the center fielder. Where's number 9 on his jersey?
The center fielder, number 9, Charles Steinkamp.
Ryan Alsop at third, Ross Stokes at shortstop, Luke Fulkerson at second, and Dustin Hardwick at first. Outfield has John Silva in left, fields Boston in center, and Seth Henry in right. The catcher, Cinco Holloway, and Michael Matheson, the pitcher for the Goddard Rockets, as he'll turn and toss it over to first. Hardwick will just catch it and throw it back, just kind of a courtesy throw over there. The Hilltoppers went down in order on 3 ground outs in the top of the first. Here in the top of the second, though, Grant Watkins singles to lead things off, and then you're going to put a bunt down. The pitcher will come and get it and go to first. So the sacrifice bunt does move the runner over, and we have a courtesy runner in. I didn't catch that. So the sac bunt will bring to the plate with 1 out, number 23, the catcher, Carson Dixon.
For Los Alamos, the catcher, number 23, Carson Dixon.
We do have a courtesy runner out there for Watkins, and I'm sorry I didn't catch his number. See if I can get it here in a minute if he happens to turn. I think they got their numbers on the front, but up here from the press box, it's hard to see what it says. All right, so Matheson from the stretch once again. 1 out now. And here's the pitch. Did not swing, or maybe he did. Called it a strike. So he checked the swing, but strike 1. Matheson once again set, takes a peek back at second. Now the pitch, just missed off the plate. 1-1 the count. Esteban Trujillo, the DH, and number 4 on his jersey is the batter on deck, Jack Moody, or Moody. I'm going to see how the PA announces it. First baseman, number 19, he is in the hole. There's a hit up the middle. That will be through. Coming around to score, and now holding him up. So they hold him up. A throw over to third, not in time by the cutoff man, the first baseman, Hardwick. So a single for Dixon, and he's at first, and at third is the courtesy runner.
Courtesy runner for the Hilltoppers, number 20, Julian Bottles.
So Julian Bottles is the Hilltopper courtesy runner, and now at the plate is Esteban Trujillo.
Esteban Trujillo.
Michael Matheson waiting on the umpire, and he gets his headgear back on, so we're ready to go. Runners at first and third. And that's Dixon. He may have a courtesy runner coming for him. He's going to slide back in. Oh, you know what? That's number 20 over there. So there's a courtesy runner on third, and there's now a courtesy runner on first as well for Watkins at third and for the catcher, Dixon at first. Here's the pitch. Away for ball 1 to number 4, Esteban Trujillo. 1-0 the count. There's 1 out here in the inning. Hilltoppers threatening. The score is 0-0 here in the top of the second, but Los Alamos with runners on the corners here. Matheson trying to work out of the jam, not give up any runs. Just missed down and in for ball 2. 2-0 now the count. First baseman and the second baseman on deck, Jack Moody and Maddox Martinez, respectively. For the Hilltoppers, Goddard hoping to get a double play ball here would be my guess, what they'd like to see happen. And Matheson has had several ground balls. There it is. Oh, the second baseman went the wrong way. And then it's missed. That's an error. 1 run will score, and the other 2 runners will move up from first to third on the throw. And then and it was a fielder's choice as the second baseman, Fulkerson, was going towards the bag when that ball was hit. He had to stop and change direction, went back to it, picked it up, and he throws it over to first base, bounce it over there. Error on the second baseman, Luke Fulkerson. And so run does come across, and he would have anyway. Well, they might have got the double play, but the runner was off and running, and the second baseman was going to cover, put the brakes on. Here's the pitch to Jack Moudet and called strike one. Fulkerson put the brakes on, went back the other way towards first, picked up the ball, but his throw over was a bouncer, and it got by Dustin Hardwick. So the runners all advanced, which the run on third base was coming home anyways. 1-0, 1 out, runners at second and third for the Hilltoppers. Strike two. That one caught the outside corner. 0-2 to Jack Moudet, the first baseman. On deck is Maddox Martinez, the second baseman, and in the hole, Ty Swavely, the leadoff batter and right fielder for the Hilltoppers. Here in the top of the second, here's the pitch. Swung on, pop fly back, now to play on the right side. So the count will remain 0-2. Matheson gets a new ball, and we're ready to go. Everybody's in place. Comes set. Pitch, open, it's going to hit the batter. So the base is now loaded on the hit by pitch. Now to bring Maddox Martinez to the plate. His first time through. He's a number 9 hitter in the lineup, the second baseman. Wears number 16 on his jersey. Base is loaded. Here's the pitch. Swung on. That's a little line drive out to right center. Coming on hard and making the catch is Seth Henry out in right field. Good play there by him. Got a good jump on it. Come charging in. And everybody stayed put because of that shallow line drive. Really more of a shallow bloop than a line drive. And that'll bring the right fielder, top of the order, number 1, Ty Swavely, to the plate. He grounded into a 4-3 put out his first time up. But he's trying to get some runners home here. There's a hard hit ball to the third base, or the shortstop. He'll go to third, and boy, he just stepped on it and got him. So 6-5 is the put out, and that will end the threat. So the Hilltoppers get 2 hits and 1 run across the plate. There was 1 Goddard error, and they left 3 on the bases. So after 1.5 innings, the score now 1-0 in favor of the Hilltoppers. We'll be back.
In the top half of the second inning, Los Alamos scores 1 run on 2 hits, 1 Goddard error, 3 runners left aboard. As we move to the bottom half of the second inning, up at the plate for the Rockets.
Bottom of 2, 1-0, Los Alamos with the lead. Goddard with their half of the second inning. Fulkerson looks at ball 1 high. Shortstop, Luke Fulkerson, the second baseman, at the plate, his first time through. And he's got ball 1. Here's the pitch. Well hit out to left field. The left fielder, it's going to get over his head. He took a bad dangle at it. I think he thought it wasn't going to get that far. And going all the way to third base and sliding in safely is Fulkerson with a triple. Lead off, and Goddard right back to it. I think they did something similar. And they did double. Ryan also led off the game with a double, and now Fulkerson with a triple to lead things off. And that'll bring the shortstop, number 2, Ross Stokes, to the plate. On deck is Fields Boston, and in the hole, Seth Henry for the Rockets. Here's the wind and the pitch from Watkins. Bounces it up there. Good job by Carson Dixon to keep that in front of him, as he got it off the knee cap, I think. Knee guards. Aiden Logan out in left, Charles Steinkamp in center, and Ty Swavely in right defensively for the Hilltoppers. The pitcher, Grant Watkins, and the catcher, Carson Dixon. Watkins into the motion. His curveball's called. Strike 2. Infield, Jack Moudet at first, Maddox Martinez at second, Diego Rodriguez at short, and Taylor Drake at third. Here's the 0-2 swing. It's a grounder slow roller to the second baseman. Runner's going to come home and score. And there's an out, 4-3. But, like I said, runner comes home, and that ties it up. So an RBI sacrifice there for Ross Stokes. And the score now 1-1 with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. That'll bring number 4, the center fielder, Fields Boston, to the plate. Grant Watkins ready to go. Here's the wind and the pitch. Curveball didn't quite get down enough, high and tight for ball 1. On deck is Seth Henry, the number 8 hitter in the lineup, and then Dustin Hardwick in the hole. And then we go back to the top of the order. Strike 1 called on the outer third. 1-1 now the count. Defense playing pretty much straight away. And the left fielder even a little bit deeper. There's a chopper up the middle, and that's going to get, they're going to get a glove on it, does Martinez, but that's a single up the middle for Fields Boston. So he now stands at first base with 1 out, and bringing to the plate the right fielder, number 5, Seth Henry. On deck is the number 9 here in the lineup, first baseman, number 17, Dustin Hardwick. And then we're to the top of the order, Ryan Alsop is in the hole for the Rockets. 1-1 our score. We're in the bottom of the second inning. 1 out. Goddard at bat. Watkins takes a look, pitches, and it's going to get by the catcher. Actually, it doesn't. It bounces off of him, goes straight out in front, but he had to go hard to his right. It was a swing and a miss, so it looked like maybe the hit and run was on. Going in safely down at second base is Fields Boston. So Goddard again with the runner in scoring position. The batter, Seth Henry, with an 0-1 count with 1 out. Watkins comes set, takes a long look back at second and out of the plate. Just up, so it'll be 1-1. The 2022 Artesia Lady Bulldog Invitational Military Appreciation Tournament is also occurring right now in Artesia. Here's the pitch from Watkins, swing and a miss. Nice curveball. Virtually an unhittable ball. Looked good, and then it just broke away from the right-handed batter, Seth Henry. Watkins set, long peer back at the second baseman. Now the pitch, swing and a miss, same pitch. He drops it, so the runner's going to advance or try to advance, and then he is out down at first base on the strikeout throwout. That is out number 2, and the third strikeout recorded for Grant Watkins. He's given up 3 hits here through 1 2/3, and that'll bring the number 9 hitter in the lineup to the plate, the first baseman, Dustin Hardwick. Where's number 17 on his blue jersey? Here's the pitch. Strike 1 called, outer third. Watkins comes set. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Took a hard fastball down in on the right-hander and got him to swing through it for strike 2. Good pitch. Good cut, but better pitch. Dixon sets up on right in the middle, and there's a swing and a miss, and that will strike out the side as the Goddard Rockets do get a run in. But they get 2 hits, 1 run. There were no errors, and there were 1 runner left on base. So we've played 2 full, and the score now 1-1. Los Alamos coming up in their half of the third, the top half, after this timeout while they're out there warming up. We'll be back.
in the top half of the third inning. Leading off for Los Alamos, it'll be the shortstop.
All right, so we're getting into the top of the third, and Diego Rodriguez comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out a 6-3 put out in the first inning. He's the shortstop, wears number 10 on his jersey, so his second time through to see Michael Matheson, the Goddard pitcher. Here's the wind in the pitch. Swung on, pop fly to the right side. Out in right field, the right fielder is going to come on and call everybody off and make the play. And so one pitch, one down. Rodriguez pop flies out. Seth Henry coming on and making the catch, and that'll bring Taylor Drake to the plate. He's the third baseman and wears number 5 on his jersey.
Number 5, Taylor Drake.
They'll step in on the right side. Matheson, the pitcher. Cinco Holloway, the catcher for the Rockets. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good pitch there for strike 1. Ryan Alsop at third. Dustin Hardwick at first. Ross Stokes at short and Luke Fulkerson at second. John Silva in left. Seth Henry in right. And Fields Boston is in center field for the Rockets. The wind and the pitch. Just missed away for ball 1. 1-1 now the count. The pitcher, Grant Watkins, is on deck, and the center fielder, Charles Steinkamp, is in the hole for Los Alamos as they try to get that run back. It's all tied up 1-1 here, top of the third. Swing, a chopper toward the third baseman. He catches it on the high hop, fires it across. So Alsop to Hardwick, 5-3 the putout, and that is out number 2. So Grant Watkins, who singled his first time up and scored the only run that Los Alamos has at the point. So he has a single and a run scored, and he'll step in on the left side to face Matheson for the second time here in the ballgame. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on, he ropes it into center field. That's over the head of the center fielder. One hops into the big green wall out there. He rounds first, going into second base, and he'll hold up there with a stand-up double. That's a 2-out double, so he gets things going here with 2 outs. That'll bring Charles Steinkamp to the plate. He put down a sacrifice bunt his last time up, moved Watkins from first to second. Eventually, Watkins scored a run. Is coming in to courtesy run for Los Alamos is number 11 for the pitcher. So 2 down, and at the plate is Charles Steinkamp, the center fielder. Go ahead run at second base with 2 outs here in the top of the third. That pitch is going to just miss outside, ball 1. Carson Dixon on deck, the catcher, and in the hole, the DH is Stefan Trujillo for the Hilltoppers. Matheson in the stretch, taking a look into his catcher, Cinco Holloway, gets the pitch, and now comes set. The pitch, going to be outside. Good block there by Holloway. So 2-0 the count. We're in the top of the third. Our score 1-1 with 2 outs. The visiting Hilltoppers at bat. And the home team, the Goddard Rockets, here in the 2022 third day of the Artesia Invitational. Swing, right back to the pitcher. He knocks it down. He's going to have to chase it and then get it there, and he does just in time. 1-3 the put out, and that leaves the runner stranded at second base. There was 1 hit, no runs, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. So after 2.5, we are still scored 1 for the Goddard Rockets and 1 for the Los Alamos Hilltoppers. Just a quick update. Artesia and Goddard going to be playing over in the championship game across the street at the Mac Chase Complex. The Artesia Lady Bulldogs looking to win their own tournament, and Goddard looking to be the spoiler and get the win. Los Lunas and Cobrey playing for the third place game at 4 o'clock as well. They'll be over on the JV field. Dexter is playing, and I don't have the consolation side bracket filled out, but it was Dexter and Silver City, Robertson, and Roswell. So they're playing 2 o'clock. There's 2 games going on. One, the consolation championship right now on the Lady Bulldogs varsity field, and then over on the JV field, the 7th place game also going on. Those games on KSVPTV.com. If you want to look at both this game and those games, you can. Just scroll around, and we got all 3 of them on the internet. And then, like I said, at 4 o'clock, the Artesia Lady Bulldogs will be playing the Goddard Rockets in the championship game of the Military Appreciation 2022 Artesia Lady Dog Invitational. Los Lunas and Cobre over on Field 2 at the same time. We'll have those games on as well, and we'll have the Artesia game on the radio too, KSVP Radio AM 990 and FM 93.7. And, of course, on KSVPTV.com and out there on our social media platforms, Facebook and YouTube channel, KSVP Radio. All right, so we're back here to get the top of the third, or bottom of the third going, and at the plate for the Goddard Rockets is number 24, Ryan Alsop, the leadoff batter, and he'll look at ball one. He doubled to lead the game off, so he's batting 1 for 1. As he'll step back on the right side, and here's the pitch from Watkins. Swing and a flare, going to get over the second baseman into right field for a leadoff single here to start the third inning. So he's now 2 for 2 with a double in the first and a single here in the third, and that'll bring the left fielder, number 3, John Silva, to the plate. I think that's the 4th hit given up by Watkins, but only 1 run has come across. Watkins comes set, now to the plate. Swing and a miss. Dixon keeps it in front of him as it hit the ground, but runner stays put. Strike 1 on Silva. On deck is the catcher, number 14, Cinco Holloway, and in the holes, the pitcher, number 12, Michael Matheson, for the Rockets. As they get the leadoff runner on, Ryan Alsop, he is on his leadoff. Now he's going to jump back as a throw over, not in time, as he led off this third inning with a single. Defensively, Aiden Logan out in left, Ty Swavely in right, and Charles Steinkamp in center for the Hilltoppers. I'll give you the infield here in just a moment as Watkins comes to the plate. Outside, he called it a strike. So strike 2. So 0-2 the count. 0-2, nobody out. As Alsop gets his lead over there. Watkins comes set, peeks over his shoulder a couple times. Going is Alsop, and it's going to be outside, and no throw by Dixon. I don't know if he kind of double clutched and then did not throw it. So down at second base in scoring position now is Ryan Alsop. The count 1-2 as out ball missed away. Silva did not chase it. And so the go-ahead run has his lead down at second. Watkins, the pitcher for the Hilltoppers, comes set now to the plate. That time he did chase it out for out number 1 on the strikeout. 4th strikeout by Grant Watkins. So the rest of the defense for the Hilltoppers, Aiden Logan out in left field, Charles Steinkamp in center, and Ty Swavely in right. Carson Dixon, the catcher, and Grant Watkins pitching for the Hilltoppers. All right, here's Cinco Holloway. First ball he sees, a ground ball to the second baseman. Martinez picks it up and goes to first, 4-3 for out number 2. The runner does advance over to third base. So standing at third is Ryan Alsop, 90 feet away from taking the lead. And that'll bring the pitcher, Michael Matheson, to the plate. He wears number 12 on his blue jersey, and he's 0 for 1 in the ball game. He grounded out to the shortstop his first time up. Here's the winding pitch. Curveball called strike 1, and that kind of just froze him as it started off at his left shoulder and then dove in for the strike. Good pitch there by Grant Watkins. On deck is Luke Fulkerson, the second baseman. Here's the 0-1. Strike 2 called, caught the outside corner. And in the hole is the shortstop, Ross Stokes, for the Goddard Rockets. 1-1, we're in the bottom of the third inning, and there's 2 outs, but the runner, the go-ahead run, stands down at first base. Here's the pitch, swung on, hit hard down the third base line, but foul. So the count remains 0-2. So Alsop led this inning off with a single. He moved over to second on a stolen base and then moved to third on a ground ball. Fielder's choice, 4-3 put out. So 2 outs now as Silva had struck out in there before that 4-3 put out that moved him to third base. The pitch, low. He swung at it. And he will go down, and that is a strikeout. Thrown down. So the strikeout retires the side. They do get one hit, but no runs, no errors, and one runner left on base. So at the end of 3, the score still remains 1-1. We're going to be back to bat with Los Alamos, the visiting team, in the top of the 4th, with Carson Dixon coming to the plate. Esteban Trujillo in the hole, and Jack Mude on deck. We'll be back.
Coming up at 7 p.m., we'll have the championship game of the 2022 Artesia Baseball Invitational. It'll be the Carlsbad Cavemen taking on the Santa Teresa Desert Warriors. First pitch at 7 p.m. Now pitching for the Goddard Rockets, number 9, Colby Eldridge. In the top half of the 4th inning.
All right, we're back here to get started, the top of the 4th inning, and it'll be the catcher, number 23, Carson Dixon, at the plate. He's 1 for 1 with a single, and we have a new pitcher, Colby Eldridge, has come in to pitch. There's a base hit left side between the shortstop and the third baseman, a line drive. So the leadoff single puts the go-ahead run at first base with nobody out here in the top of the 4th inning. That'll bring the DH, Esteban Trujillo, to the plate.
Courtesy runner for Los Alamos, number 20, Julian Barros.
And number 20, Julian Barros, comes in to run for the catcher, Dixon. I'm not sure where number 12, Michael Matheson, went, if he just came out of the ball game or if he's in there somewhere on the field. I think he just came out of the ball game as the pitcher. So Colby Eldridge on now. Gives up the single there to the leadoff batter. Now he's going to throw it over. Good job over there by Hardwick. It was a bounce over. But he caught it on the bounce, so the runner stays put. And the pitch going to try to bunt him over, and it's a fly ball bunt foul for strike 1 to Trujillo. Coming up here tonight in the 7 o'clock game, championship game, will be the Carlsbad Cavemen and the Santa Teresa Desert Warriors here on the 2022 Artesia Invitational. And as I already said, Goddard Rockets and Artesia Bulldogs over on the Military Appreciation 2022 Artesia Lady Bulldog Invitational. That game coming up here at 4 o'clock right here on KSVP, or actually it's going to be coming up any minute. It's already 4:39. There's another single, CNI single. Both the shortstop and the third baseman dove for it, but couldn't get to it.
Barros advances to second. 1 out in the inning.
I missed an out here. Where did I miss an out?
For the Hilltoppers, the second baseman, number 16, Maddox Martinez.
I missed an out somewhere. Oh, it was Esteban Trujillo, I guess, because Mude is now down at first. Okay. All right, so at the plate is Maddox Martinez. Here's the pitch, high for ball 1. All right, so Colby Eldridge ready to go. He's pitching from the stretch. Kind of an open stance and a small step. All right, here's the pitch. Low for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Eldridge, a long look into Holloway, the catcher. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Squares to bunt. Gets it down on the right side, but foul. So strike 1. 2-1. Now the count to Martinez. On deck is Ty Swavely, the top of the order. And in the hole, Diego Rodriguez. So defensively for the Goddard Rockets out in the outfield, John Silva, Fields, Boston, and Seth Henry from left to right. Ryan Alsop at third, Ross Stokes at short, Luke Fulkerson at second, and Dustin Hardwick at first. Cinco Holloway, the catcher. And the new pitcher here to start this inning, Colby Eldridge. Throw down, and it gets by the, and the kid at second didn't realize. He dove in, the ball squirted out of the top of the glove. Third base coach going to come out and talk. He's saying that the shortstop held him down at second base, but I don't think he did. All right, so the runner's still at second base and is still a runner at first. 2-1 the count to Maddox Martinez, the second baseman for the Hilltoppers. He is 0 for 1 in the ball game. He flew out back in the second. Now his second time through, but seeing a different pitcher this time as Colby Eldridge came in to start this inning on the hill for the Rockets as he looks back. Now the pitch. Oh, high and tight. For ball 3, Maddox Martinez had to go down to get out of the way of that fastball. So 3-1 the count now with 1 out. 1-1. We're in the top of the fourth, but the Hilltoppers trying to get some more runs across here as they got guys at first and second. Eldridge to the plate. Called strike 2. So full count to the batter, Maddox Martinez. Number 1, Ty Swavely over in the on-deck circle, the right fielder for the Hilltoppers. On deck is the shortstop, number 10, Diego Rodriguez. Eldridge set, looks back, now the pitch. Ball 4. So the base is now loaded for the Hilltoppers.
Base is loaded.
And only 1 out.
The top of the lineup for Los Alamos. At the plate, the right fielder, number 1, Ty Swavely.
So Swavely will come to the plate. The leadoff batter, he is 0 for 2. His third time through. And there's a line drive out to right field. Will it get down? It will not. It'll be foul. Given chase was Henry. Unable to get there. So just a long bloop. Foul ball for strike 1. Diego Rodriguez on deck and Taylor Drake in the hole. Bases loaded. Goddard looking for a double play somewhere. On the corners, they're playing up on the grass, playing double play depth in the middle. And, of course, Los Alamos looking for a base hit somewhere at a minimum. Try to get at least 1 run across, if not more. Extra base hit, we'll get at least 2 probably, or maybe even I'll clear the bases. 1-1 is our score. 1 out, top of the fourth. And going from the windup, Colby Eldridge, the pitcher that came in here to start things off in the top of the fourth. Low and away for ball 1. 1-1 now the count to Swavely. Eldridge, long look, and now the pitch. Called, strike 2. Inside half of the plate. Great fastball running into the right-hander. So the count goes to 1-2. Again, the third baseman and the first baseman. Well, the third baseman has backed off a little bit. We're both up on the green. Here's the pitch. does not chase. 2-2 the count on that outside. Great pitch, but Swavely didn't give into it, so the count goes to 2-2. Wind in the pitch. Bounces up there. Holloway, good job trapping that ball, not letting it get through. So we run full. Again, the last batter, Martinez, ran it full and then got the walk. So a full count here for Swavely, the right fielder for Los Alamos, and he'll look for the next pitch from Colby Eldridge. The wind and the pitch. Curveball high for ball 4, so consecutive walks after a pair of base hits, and coming in to score from third base is Carson Dixon, who led the inning off with a single. Moving over to third is Jag Muday. Maddox Martinez will go to second after he drew a walk, and now Ty Swavely with that walk and RBI brings a coach out of the Goddard dugout. Diego Rodriguez, the batter coming up. He's the shortstop, wears number 10 on his yellow jersey. On deck, Taylor Drake, the third baseman, and then we have the pitcher, Grant Watkins, in the hole. 2-1 as that run crosses the plate. So their meeting of the mind is over. Minds. And we'll get everybody set here. Bases remain to be loaded. That walk with the bases loaded brought in the go-ahead run, and now Eldridge back to work. High, ball 1. Taylor Drake on deck and Grant Watkins in the hole, the pitcher for the Hilltoppers. Colby Eldridge trying to work out of this jam here. Got a double play everywhere. Bases are loaded. Here's the wind in the pitch. Bounces it up there. Good job by Holloway. Come up out of his crouch and knocked that ball down. Made sure nobody moved. So 2-0 the count, as he's going to walk out and talk to Eldridge. All right, so their meeting is over. And Rodriguez at the plate, steps back in on the right side. Bases loaded. Eldridge ready to go, the wind. Swing and a miss, got him chase one, maybe a little out of the strike zone. Good fastball, 2-1 now the count to Diego Rodriguez. Here's the 2-1. Oh, and that hit him. That's going to be a hit by pitch, and that will bring the runner in. So the score now 3-1 as Muday will come in with the score. Martinez moves over to third base. Ty Swavely at second, and Diego Rodriguez now at first, hit by pitch. So Taylor Drake at the plate. He is the third baseman. He also wearing number 5, and I say that because he's playing in the 5 position. Bases remain loaded. Still only one out. Colby Eldridge, first pitch, just misses down for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Again, Hilltoppers looking to get more runs here. They've already gotten 2. And would like to add 2 with the bases loaded. Swing, it's hit hard right at the shortstop. Got a chance for the 6-4-3. Turn the first half, and they get the second half. Good dig over there by Dustin Hardwick. So he does get out of the jam. 6-4-3 double play. And that is out number 2 and 3. But boy, some damage done. There were 2 hits. There was 2 runs scored. There was no errors and 2 runners left on base. That was a double play. So 2 runners left on base. We have played 3.5, and the score now 3-1 in favor of the Los Alamos Hilltoppers. Bottom half, Goddard home half coming up.
On 2 hits. No Goddard errors and 1 runner left on base.
Bottom of the fourth about to get underway as the Goddard Rockets looking to get some runs back here, down 3-1. And bottom of the fourth, leading off will be the second baseman, Luke Fulkerson. He looks at a ball that bounces on the outside of the plate for ball 1. On deck is the shortstop, number 2, Ross Stokes, and in the hole, the center fielder, number 4, Fields Boston. The pitcher, Grant Watkins, working his way here in the 4th inning. There's a hard hit ball in the hole between short and third for a single. And that's a good leadoff single for the Goddard Rockets. That brings a tying run to the plate. Ross Stokes, the shortstop. He's 0 for 1. I failed to mention Luke Fulkerson now 2 for 2. He got a triple and scored a run back in the second. The run for the Goddard Rockets they have on the board, and now he has a single to go with that triple. Gets a good lead over first. Squaring to bunt, and he's going to put it down on the right side on the curveball. Watkins goes to first, 1-3 the put out, but the runner does move over. So Fulkerson now at second base, and coming to the plate will be Fields Boston, the center fielder, wearing number 4 on his jersey. Defensively for the Hilltoppers, Aiden Logan out in left, Ty Swavely in right, and Charles Steinkamp up the middle and center. The catcher, Carson Dixon, and the pitcher, Grant Watkins. And now the timeout called as the umpires move around. Third baseman is Taylor Drake, shortstop Diego Rodriguez, second baseman Maddox Martinez, and the first baseman Jack Moudet. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1 on Fields Boston. He is 1 for 1. He had a single back in the second and now has an 0-1 count with 1 out and a runner in scoring position for him down at second base is Fulkerson. Ground ball to the right or to the left side, throw across. Nobody over there. Open, it gets by as the shortstop was not covering. So 5-3 the put out, but the error will have a run come across as going on the throw was Luke Fulkerson to third, and then the 5-3 put out, but the throw back over to third base. The shortstop wasn't there, and he comes running towards third base. It goes into the left side foul territory. So the run comes across, and that gets them within 1. 2 down, and at the plate, Seth Henry, the right fielder. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Struck out in the first. So 2 down now, but the Goddard Rockets have a run across. They're down by 1, the tying run at the plate. Pitch, strike 2 called, curveball, caught the inside corner. This first baseman, number 17, Dustin Hardwick, on deck. And then we're back to the top of the order. Number 24, Ryan Alsop in the hole. High fastball for ball 1. So 1-2 the count. Watkins getting his pitch from his catcher Dixon. Now comes to the plate. Just missed. I'm not sure. And I guess it was outside. Ball 2. 2-2 now the count. The pitch. Curveball. Just missed high. And the pitcher asking where are they missing. I don't know if the pitchers should do that. So full count. Might ask their catcher. Maybe that's what he's saying. I'm asking my catcher. Full count and the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him swinging for strike 3. There was a hit. There was 1 run. There was an error. And there was nobody left on base. So after 4.5 innings, the score, I'm sorry, that was the bottom half, so we're played 4 full. And so the score now 2-3 in favor of the Hilltoppers as Goddard was able to get that leadoff batter to the plate after his leadoff single. 3-2 Hilltoppers. They'll come up next. And they will be batting Grant Watkins, the pitcher, coming to the plate. We'll be back.
in the top half of the fifth inning. Leading off for Los Alamos, the pitcher, number 17, Grant Watkins.
All right, we're back here. Top of the fifth. Grant Watkins at the plate. Swing and a miss. On a good pitch there by Colby Eldridge. Watkins is 2 for 2 in the ball game. He's got a double and a single and a run scored. And now has an 0-1 count here as the leadoff batter in the top of the fifth. That fastball misses away for ball one. 1-1 now the count. Eldridge working quickly. Here's the wind in the pitch. Swung on. That's going to be roped out into right field for a base hit. So a leadoff single for the Los Alamos Hilltoppers. Watkins now 3 for 3. Single, double, single. He stands at first base. And to the plate will come the center fielder, number 9, Charles Steinkamp. Steinkamp has a sacrifice bunt, and he grounded out 1-3 back in the third inning. Sacrifice was in the second inning, and he's looking to bunt again as he squares around early. Here's the pitch. He pulls away from it as it is low for ball one. On deck is number 23, the catcher, Carson Dixon, and in the hole, the DH, number 4, Esteban Trujillo for the Hilltoppers as they try to get a run back. They were leading 3-1 going into the bottom of the fourth and gave a run up, so now 3-2. Runners off and running, strike called. The throw down is in time. Oh, he said he got under it. He said he didn't even tag him. I saw him. He said you were this far away from him. He put his hands up, did the umpire, and he was right on top of it. So he missed the tag, never got the tag down is what the umpire's signal was. He put his hand up, or his hands, and said he was this far away from tagging him. So a stolen base on the strike. 1-1 now the count for Steinkamp, and a runner at second base is Watkins. There's a pitch. Strike 2 called, caught the outside corner. On deck is Dixon, and in the hole Trujillo as number 9, Charles Steinkamp, will step back in on the right side. No outs, runner at second base, and Colby Eldridge on the bump for the Goddard Rockets. Here's the pitch. Swung on, popped to the right side. That will get out of play. So it'll remain 1-2. Defensively for the Rockets, John Silva out and left, Seth Henry in right, and Fields Boston up the middle in center. Ryan Alsop at third, Ross Stokes at short, Luke Fulkerson at second, and Dustin Hardwick at first base. Cinco Holloway, the catcher, and Colby Eldridge, who came in relief of Michael Matheson, is the pitcher. Comes set, looks back at second. The pitch is a ground ball chopper to the shortstop. He'll come up, and it's an errant throw. And so on the errant throw, coming around and scoring head first is number 17, Grant Watkins. So he moves over on the bounce on the error. Well, he would have been safe at third regardless. But then the throw by the shortstop was high. So coming in to score was Watkins on the error. And at first base is Steinkamp reaching on the error. And now we have number 15 coming to the plate. So got a new batter.
Number 15, Zach Gonzalez.
Zach Gonzalez will bat. You heard the PA say it, and I just repeated it. So he's batting in place of the catcher, number 23, Carson Dixon. Steinkamp is down at first base on reaching on that error. And coming in to score was Grant Watkins, and still nobody out, and the score now 4-2. And something happened. I put the Lady Bulldogs on my phone, but it's frozen right now. I'm trying to see if I can get it to come back up. Let's see here. So they're in the first inning, top of the first, 2 outs, and Goddard and Artesia over there across the way in the championship game. Here's the pitch. Strike 1 called right down the middle to Gonzalez. So 0-1 the count. Runner at first base is Steinkamp, the center fielder. Eldridge comes set, peeks over, and the runner's off and running. That ball's low, And the catcher, Holloway, unable to dig it up and get it over there. Kind of a bouncer. It sounded like it went off of his glove and goes to the ground. So going to second base is Steinkamp, getting himself into scoring position. So 3 down over across the way, Artesia and Goddard High School in the championship game of the Military Appreciation Lady Bulldog Invitational. 1-1 to count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Big cut there by Gonzalez for strike 2. So it's the bottom half of the second inning across the way as Goddard unable to get anybody across the plate. 0-0, and Artesia fixing to come to the plate. Here in our game, nobody out, runner at second base. Here's the pitch, high and away for ball 2. 2-2 now the count to Zach Gonzalez. Estevan Trujillo, the DH in the on deck circle, and Jack Moudet, the first baseman, is in the hole. Left-hander Gonzalez steps back in. 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. 3-2 goes full as that one was down and in. All right, so Eldridge comes set. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit out to left field. It's kind of tailing away from the left fielder, but he will be able to get over to it, and he does make the catch. The runner at second base will stay as John Silva, as soon as he catches, he looks to make the throw, and he's not moving, so he just takes a nice, good throw into his shortstop. And that was the first out of the inning on the fly out to Silva. That'll bring the DH, number 4, Estevan Trujillo, to the plate. He will step in on the right side. He is 0-for-2 in the ball game, and now he's looking for his third opportunity. The second against, and the runner runs as he went from the windup, I think. And he was in there easily, nobody even close as he slid in. May need to walk that slide off. Kind of slid in awkwardly. So Steinkamp now at third base with 1 out. And he was there almost before the catcher got the ball. He was already sliding into third base. All right, so Eldridge ready to go here. Pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Trujillo. 1 out here in the inning. There has been an error and a hit. And Los Alamos has lengthened their lead by 2 again, 4-2. Swung on down third base line. Good stop over there. And now he's going to get the runner in a pickle. Third baseman also to the catcher, Dixon. Now he's going to toss it, and they're tagging him out. And nobody at first, so runner out at third base. Good play there by the Goddard Rockets, Ryan Alsop, as he dove to his right, snagged that ball. And the runner was off the bag, and he thought he was just going to go to first and kind of goosed him a little bit, and then it was too late. He got him in the pickle. So second out of the inning. And that brings Jack Moudet on the fielder's choice to the plate. Trujillo down at first. 4-2, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Caught the outside corner, called strike 1. Moudet was hit by a pitch in the second, singled in the fourth, and scored a run. So he's 1 for 1 with a run scored. On deck is the number 9 hitter, Maddox Martinez. And in the hole at the top of the order, Ty Swavely. That ball hit him, hit by pitch. The second by the pitcher, Eldridge. And so the bases now have 2 on the paths as Moudet will hustle down to first.
First base.
And moving over to second is Trujillo. So 2 outs, runners at first and second.
The second baseman, number 16, Maddox Martinez.
As Martinez steps in, he is 0 for 1 with a walk. Eldridge set and out of the plate. Strike 1 called. Good pitch. Caught the outer third. On deck is the top of the order. Number 1, Ty Swavely, the right fielder. And in the hole, number 10, Diego Rodriguez, the shortstop for the Hilltoppers, as they lead 4-2 here in the top of the 5th inning. But they got runners on first and second, trying to add to it. get a 2-out rally going here is what they're trying to do. And of course, Goddard just wants to get it out somewhere and go in and bat. Swing, it's going to go to the left side. The third baseman does another good job. Whoa, and then the runner did not realize, and so that the third baseman had caught it, and he'll get back safely. Goddard had him dead to rights, but unable to get him. So the base is now loaded on the single by Matt. And really, I don't know, that wasn't a single, that was an error. So he reaches on an error on the catcher. So E2, as he did not get him back, didn't get him at the third base when it looked like he should have easily. So the bases are loaded, and Ty Swavely, the leadoff batter, comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a walk, and he has an RBI because he walked it in. Hits it hard right at the shortstop. Good job out there by Stokes, as that kind of ate him up on the second bounce, but he got it. And so they get out of a bind there. There were 2 errors on the Goddard Rockets. There was 1 hit, and there was 1 run. 3 runners left on base. So we've played 4.5, and the score now 4-2 in favor of the Hilltoppers. When we come back, we'll have the home half, the bottom half of the 5th inning. Goddard Rockets coming to the plate.
Top half of the 5th inning. Los Alamos scores 1 run on 2 hits. 1 Goddard error. 3 runners left on base. Now pitching for Los Alamos, number 1, Ty Swavely. In at first base for the Hilltoppers, number 15, Zach Gonzalez. Grant Watkins moves to second base. Maddox Martinez moves to right field. Esteban Trujillo now at catcher.
All right, welcome back here as we have some changes. Going into pitch will be Ty Swavely from right field. Maddox Martinez moves out to right. Grant Watkins, the former pitcher, now at second. And Esteban Trujillo is catching. So Zach Gonzalez at first, Grant Watkins at second, Maddox Martinez in right, and Ty Swavely, the lefty, now pitching for the Hilltoppers. First pitch, just a bit outside, maybe a little bit high, to number 17, Dustin Hardwick. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout, so his second time to bat here in the ballgame in the bottom of the 5th inning. He'll step in back on the right side, and that next pitch is high for ball 2. On deck is the leadoff batter, Ryan Alsop, and in the hole, John Silva, the left fielder for the Rockets. 4-2, Goddard down by 2 here in the bottom of the 5th. Nobody out. Swing and a miss. for strike one. So defensively, Logan out in left. Steinkamp remained in center. Martinez moves out to right from second base. And I'll wait till after this 2-1 pitch to give you the infield. Pitch, swung on, and the second baseman will range over and make the play, and that was Grant Watkins. So Grant Watkins was pitching through 4, pitched 4 strong innings, and he moved to second. Again, Martinez moved out to right. Swavely came in to pitch from right. Diego Rodriguez remained at short, Taylor Drake at third, and Zach Gonzalez went to first with Estevan Trujillo going to catch. So that's where we're at. 1 out, bottom of the 5th, and Ty Swavely, the left-hander, on the hill for the Hilltoppers here in the 5th inning. First pitch called, strike 1 to Ryan Alsop. Ryan is 2 for 2 in the ballgame. He doubled to lead things off in his bottom half of the first inning, and then singled in the 3rd. So Alsop 2 for 2 as he steps back in on the right side to face the pitcher for the first time. Swing, another little flare out to right field, a little deeper this time, and the right fielder, Maddox Martinez, makes the play. So 2 down on the fly out, and that'll bring up the number 2 hitter in the lineup, number 3, left fielder, John Silva. Cinco Holloway on deck and Michael Matheson in the hole.
Number 3, John Silva.
Wind in the pitch. Strike 1 called. Right down the pipe. Ty Swavely, the lefty, coming in here in the 4th inning. I'm sorry, the bottom of the 5th. Swing and a miss. Big swing there by Silva. Out on the outside was the pitch. Kind of dove away from him, so couldn't make contact. 0-2 the count with 2 outs. Swavely getting his pitch from his catcher, Estevan Trujillo. And the pitch. Oh, and it hits him. Hit by pitch. So 2 outs. A runner now on base for the Goddard Rockets, and the tying run coming to the plate.
2 outs in the inning. Next up for the Rockets, the catcher, number 14.
And that brings number 14, Cinco Holloway, to the plate. And I said Michael Matheson, but it's number 9, Colby Eldridge, on deck now. He came in to pitch in place of Matheson and also batting in that place, the number 4 hole. All right, so Swavely comes set in the stretch. Here's the pitch. Strike 1 called, outer half. He stayed ahead of his first batter he faced, he was 2-1, then induced the fly out to the second baseman. Swavely working quickly and throwing a lot of strikes. Now the throw over, not in time. So the count remains 0-1. Eldridge on deck and Luke Fulkerson in the hole for the Rockets. As they're down here in the bottom of the 5th, 4-2, but the tying run is at the plate. Pitch just high for ball 1. 1-1 now the count. Pretty good lead over there by Silva as the lefty comes set now to the plate. Again, just high. 2-1 the count. Everybody ready to go. Swavely comes set now to the plate. Got him. Change of speed there. Got him out in front of the ball. 2-2 now the count on that swinging strike. Eldridge on deck, Fulkerson in the hole. 2 outs, but a runner down at first base, and the batter representing the tying run as the score is 4-2 in favor of the Hilltoppers. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. The pitch called, strike 3. So that will end the threat. And so with 1 runner on, via the hit by pitch, there were no hits, there were no runs, there was no errors, and there was 1 runner left on base. We've played 5 full And with no runners coming across, the score remains 4-2 in favor of the Hilltoppers. We've got the top of the 6th coming up here, and the Hilltoppers will bring to the plate. Well, we'll see. I got to make all those changes on my batting orders, whatever they are. So stay tuned right here. Top of 6 coming up. 4-2 Hilltoppers.
Pitching for the Goddard Rockets, number 16, Tyler Conrad.
You guys have number 10, Diego Rodriguez, coming to the bat. So Swavely, Rodriguez is on deck, or is he the lead off? Yeah, but I mean, what do y'all got? Y'all have a book down there, or am I? Who's up? So it is number 10. What did Swavely do? I didn't write it down. He just grounded out. He grounded out, didn't he? When the bases were loaded. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
In the top half of the 6th inning.
Yeah, right. There was 2 outs.
Leading off for the Hilltoppers,
Yeah,
the
okay.
shortstop, number 10, Diego Rodriguez.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot to write it down. All right, welcome back here. Diego Rodriguez, the shortstop at the plate to lead things off. And we have a new pitcher, Tyler Conrad. First pitch up a little bit high for ball 1. Conrad back to work. Here's the wind in the pitch. Strike 1 call down the middle. 1-1 to count. Taylor Drake on deck for the Hilltoppers. And then I'll see, I think Grant Watkins is still batting. In fact, I'm pretty sure he is. He's in the hole. Ground ball to third. Alsop scoops it up and fires it across. 5-3 the put out. Out number 1 here for the Hilltoppers in the top of the 6th inning. So Conrad induces the ground play, his first batter he faces, and that'll bring up Taylor Drake, the third baseman. And Grant Watkins is still in the ball game because he moved over to, where did he go? He went to second. Pitch just a bit high on the curveball for ball 1. Four to 2, we're in the top of the 6th inning. Goddard down by 2. The Hilltoppers with the lead. That pitch called. It looked like the exact same pitch. 1-1 now the count. Curveball breaks and this time caught the top half of the strike zone. That one misses away. 2-1 now the count. Conrad back to work. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him on that curve. So the count goes 2-2 with Watkins on deck and Steinkamp in the hole for the Hilltoppers as they want to get some insurance runs here, leading 4-2 with 2 more at-bats for the Rockets. Little nubber out in front of the plate. The catch open, it goes foul. So foul ball. The count remains 2-2. So everybody will reset, 2-2 the count, 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch from Conrad. Swing and a ground ball to the shortstop. Stokes will pick it up, fire it across. And that is out number 2, 6-3 the put out. And that'll bring the now second baseman Grant Watkins to the plate. He was the starting pitcher, and he moved over to second base an inning ago. He wears number 17, and he is 3 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Here's the first pitch he'll see, and he ropes it to center field. The center fielder back, and it will get over his head, one hop into the green monster. Watkins will round second and go towards third base, and he will be safe at third base with another triple. No, that's his first triple. He's got a double, a triple, and a pair of singles. With 2 outs, he now stands 90 feet away to get an insurance run across as the Hilltoppers lead 4-2. He just tattooed that first pitch he saw, and the center fielder, Fields Boston, turned to run, but he couldn't quite get to it. And that brings the center fielder for the Hilltoppers, number 9, Charles Steinkamp, to the plate. He's 0 for 3, but reached on an error and looks at a called strike 1. Now he steps out, looks down at his coach, third base. Now he'll get back in there. Conrad from the windup. 2 outs, runner at third base. Here's the pitch. Swung on, foul back towards us in the press box for strike number 2. So 0-2 the count runs. Now the pitch, curveball, grounder to the shortstop. He'll come up, catch it on the second bounce, throw it across, and that bounces off of the first baseman's glove. He tried to get it on the bounce. So coming across from third base after that triple was Grant Watkins. And I'm going to give that an error to the first baseman. It went in and out of his glove. And that'll bring number 15, Zach Gonzalez, to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He came in last inning and stayed in the ballgame playing defensively at first. Big cut for Gonzalez for strike 1. So the fourth error there, that to me was an error on the first baseman, Dustin Hardwick, and he'd probably agree with that. The throw wasn't the best throw, but it one hopped right into his glove and then it fell out. That ball misses in and down for ball 1 to Gonzalez. All right, here's the pitch. Swung on, little nubber. Back to the pitcher. He'll pick it up, fire it over to first base. So 1-3 the put out, and that is out number 3. But we did have 1 hit, 1 run, 1 error, and 1 runner. No runners. Yeah, 1 runner left on base. So going into the bottom half of the 6th inning, our score now 5-2 in favor of the Los Alamos Hilltoppers. Stay tuned. Bottom of the 6th coming up. All right, we're back here, and coming to the plate will be number 12, Michael Matheson, as he is reinserted, I guess. Not exactly sure. I saw the umpire point up to the press box, but Matheson back at the plate. First pitch he sees down the line. Third baseman Drake fields it, fires it across in time. Nice play by Taylor Drake. 5-3 the put out. So that's 1 down. Ty Swavely, first pitch, ground out. for the first out, and that'll bring Luke Fulkerson to the plate. Luke playing second base. He is 2 for 2 with a triple and a single, and he's also scored 2 runs. So 2 for 2 at the plate and 2 runs scored as he steps in on the right side to face Swavely. Strike one called, outside corner, 0-1 the count. On deck is number 2, Ross Stokes, the shortstop, and in the hole, Fields Boston, center fielder for the Rockets. That pitch misses away for ball 1. 1-1 now the count. Artesia and Goddard are in the bottom of the third. The Bulldogs at bat over across the way, and the score is 0-0 in the championship game. Here's the pitch from Swavely. That's going to be a base hit out into left field. Nice line drive shot over the third baseman's head. So Fulkerson with another single, now 3 for 3 in the ball game, and with one down, he stands at first base, and that'll bring to the plate the shortstop, number 2, Ross Stokes. Stokes is 0 for 2, but has an RBI on a fielder's choice. Swavely taking his time, looks over at first, now to the plate. Strike one called. 0-1 the count to Stokes. On deck is number 4, Fields Boston, the center fielder. And in the hole, number 5, Seth Henry, the right fielder for the Rockets. Swavely to the plate. Swung on. That's going to be a seeing eye single between short and third. So back-to-back singles for the Goddard Rockets with one down. One out, and runners at first and second now.
For the Rockets, the center fielder, number 4, Fields Boston.
And that brings to the plate the center fielder, Fields Boston. He is 1 for 2, had a single back in the second, grounded out to the third baseman in the fourth, and now steps in with runners at first and second, and one out here in the bottom of the sixth. Here's the pitch from Swavely. Swing and a miss for strike one. On deck is the right fielder, Seth Henry, and in the hole, number 17, Dustin Hardwick, the first baseman. Swavely takes a look at first and second, now to the plate, and that's going to be high and tight for ball 1. 1-1 now the count. Defensively, Logan, Steinkamp, and Martinez from left to right. Drake, Rodriguez, Watkins, and Gonzalez from third to first, and the new catcher last inning was Esteban Trujillo, and the pitcher, Ty Swavely. So that's your defensive setup here. Swung on, hit hard to the third baseman. He'll tag first or third, fired across, and it gets by the first baseman. So 5, and the Goddard Rockets coming from first to home on the errant throw. So E5 out at third was Fulkerson for the second out, but coming from third to home on that throw was Stokes, and ending up at second is Fields Boston.
2 outs in the inning. Next up,
so with 2 outs, the Rockets get within 2 here, and the tying run coming to the plate in the form of the right fielder, number 5, Seth Henry. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. He has a runner down at second in Ross Stokes. Fields Boston, sorry. Swavely comes set, now to the plate. Strike one called. On deck is the number 9 hitter, Dustin Hardwick. And then we're back to the top of the order. Ryan Alsop in the hole. A little bit of a breeze here, and talked about it in this game. Just a little breeze kind of blowing out of the south this time. Yesterday and the day before out of the north. There's a hit toward the shortstop. He'll scoop it up, fired over to first base in time for out number 3. 6-3 the put out. So we had 2 hits, 1 run, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. Played 5.5, and the score now, oh no, we've played 6 full. Sorry, I keep thinking that. And what it is Goddard's in what normally is our visiting dugout. So I keep thinking that. So the score now 5-3, getting that 1 run off of the 2 hits and error. So going into the top of the 7th, Los Alamos Hilltoppers leading the Goddard Rockets 5-3. They'll come in for their visiting half in the top of the third to get their last bat in, barring a tie. We'll be back.
Now pitching for the Rockets, number 2, Ross Stokes. Michael Matheson comes back in to re-enter third base. Brian Alsop moves to shortstop.
All right, we have a new pitcher in Ross Stokes. He moves over from shortstop. The third baseman, Ryan Alsop, moves to short, and Michael Matheson, who had re-entered in the batting order earlier in the bottom of the sixth, now comes in and goes to third base.
Leading off for Los Alamos.
All right, so we're in the top of the seventh. The Los Alamos Hilltoppers leading 5-3, and at the plate for the Hilltoppers is Stephon Trujillo, and he looks at a called strike one from Ross Stokes, the fourth pitcher here in the ball game for the Goddard Rockets. 5-3 our score, top of the seventh. Next pitch hit hard and just foul. Man, it was ripped down the third base line and just foul of the third base bag for a strike. So strike two on the foul ball. 0-2 now the count. They're in the top of the fourth over there at the Mac Chase Complex. The Artesia Lady Bulldogs leading the Goddard Lady Rockets 1-0. One out in the top of the fourth. Here's the pitch. Bounces up there for ball one. 1-2 now the count to Trujillo. Number 19, Jack Moudet on deck. He's the first baseman. And the second baseman, Maddox Martinez. Actually, he had moved out to right field. Martinez in the hole for the Hilltoppers. All right, here's the wind in the pitch from Stokes. Called. Strike three on the outside corner. And he'll go down with the strike out. And that is out number one here in the top of the seventh inning. So Jack Moudet comes to the plate. He is 1 for 1 with a pair of hit by pitches. So he's been hit by the pitch twice. He does have a single and scored a run as he steps in on the right side to face the righty Ross Stokes. Here's the wind in the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one. 2 outs now in the top of the fourth over at the Mac Chase Complex. The Lady Bulldogs looking to win their own tournament. The pitch swung on, hit well out to left field. That's going to be an extra baser as it goes between the line and the left fielder all the way to the wall. And number 19, Jack Moudet, will stroll into second base with the stand-up double, the one-out double.
Moudet with the one-out double.
And that'll bring to the plate number 416, Maddox Martinez, the second baseman for the Hilltoppers. 1 out and a runner in scoring position as the Hilltoppers try to get that run back. They gave up in the bottom of the sixth. 5-3 our score. They'd love to get every insurance run they can against these industrious Goddard Rockets. And I'll tell you why I'm calling them industrious, or one reason I am after this pitch. So Ross Stokes ready to go. Down the middle, strike one. In their first game on day one, they were down 9-6 going into the top of the seventh. They were the visiting team. And they scored 6 runs on the Clovis Wildcats and ended up winning 12-9. Very industrious. Here's the pitch. Just low for ball one. 1-1 the count to Martinez. Again on deck is Ty Swavely. And in the hole, Diego Rodriguez for the Hilltoppers. 1-1 pitch, swung on, grounder to the third baseman. He'll pick it up and go 2 first for out number 2, 5-3 the put out.
5-3 on the plate. 2 outs in
And that'll
the
get us to the top of the order. Ty Swavely coming to the plate. He is 0 for
Back to
3
the
with a
top of the
walk.
order for the Hilltoppers.
And that walk was a ground in, or was an RBI, as the bases were loaded when he drew the walk.
Ty Swavely.
So with runner at second base, Swavely will step in on the right side. And the first pitch from Stokes that he'll see. High for ball 1. Rodriguez on deck. Nope, actually, yeah, that's Rodriguez on deck, Diego Rodriguez. And in the hole, Taylor Drake for the Hilltoppers. 2 outs. Runner at second base. And Swavely, the leadoff batter for the Hilltoppers. And the current pitcher is in the box, ready to go. 1-0 the count. High, ball 2. So the Bulldogs got out of that inning. They're now in the bottom of the 4th. Coming to bat will be the Artesia Bulldogs, leading 1-0 over there. The Lady Bulldogs looking to win their tournament. Here's the pitch from Stokes, down and in, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Stokes takes a look in. Now he comes set into the plate, and that's low for ball 4. So he walks him on 4 straight. First walk given up by Stokes here, as this is his first inning to pitch here in the top of the 7th. He now has a strikeout and a walk and a hit. He's given up one of all 3 of those things. So at the plate, Diego Rodriguez, the shortstop. Strike 1 called, caught the outside corner. Rodriguez is 0 for 3, but he's also been hit by pitch. So he has been on the base paths once. 5-3 our score. We're in the top of the 7th. Ross Stokes, the 4th pitcher for the Rockets, right-hander, to the plate, 0-1 count. Strike 2 called, caught the bottom half of the strike zone right down the middle. Taylor Drake on deck, number 5, plays third base, and then Grant Watkins in the hole for the Hilltoppers. They'd like to get to him because he is 4 for 4. Here's the pitch. Bounces it up there. Blocked at the plate by Holloway. Rolls off to his right, but nobody moves around. So 1-2 now to Rodriguez. So if the Hilltoppers can figure out a way to get to Watkins, he's on fire today. 4 for 4 with 2 singles, a double, and a triple. But there's 2 outs. And at the plate with the 1-2 count is Rodriguez. Here's the pitch. He's going to ground it to the right side. Second baseman Fulkerson goes over, picks it up, and fires it first for the 3rd out. 4-3 the put out. So they do get out of that. And there was 1 hit. There was no runs. There was no errors and 1 runner left on base. So we've played 6.5 innings, and the score 5-3 over the Goddard Rockets. Bottom half and final inning, barring a tie, coming up here. So stay tuned. All right, we're back here as coming to the plate for the Goddard Rockets will be, well, we'll wait and see. I think it's number 17, Dustin Hardwick. Nope, number 11 coming to the plate.
We move to the bottom half of the 7th inning. At the plate for the Rockets, number 11, Bryce Goddard.
So Bryce Carrillo getting the at-bat here to lead things off. Ty Swavely on the hill. First pitch is low and away for ball 1 to Carrillo. So the Rockets have got to get at least 2 runs across to keep this game going here. And the pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. On deck is the top of the order, Ryan Alsop and John Silva in the hole. 1-1 count. Swavely from the windup, looking for his catcher to give him the pitch, and he does. Here's the pitch, low and away. Ball 2. 2-1 the count, and it looks like the Artesia Bulldogs just knocked one out of the park over there across the way. 2-run shot. They now lead 3-0 as that pitch misses. 3-1 the count here. Three and 1 the count. Swavely gets his pitch, the wind, and the pitch. High for ball 4. So number 11, Bryce Carrillo, draws the opening walk. He'll trot down to first base, and the tying run coming to the plate. And we're going to have a timeout taken here. So it'll be Ryan Alsop up to bat. He is 2 for 3, a double, a single, and a fly out. As the Artesia Bulldogs get their third out, or their second out across the way in the bottom of the 4th, but that big 2-run bomb, they now lead 3-0 and still batting with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th on over the Goddard Rockets across the way with the teams vying for the championship of the Artesia Lady Bulldog Invitational Military Appreciation Tournament. All right, so we got a pitching change, and it's number 3 going to come in to pitch. So I'm going to take a break. We'll be back after they get warmed up for the rest of the bottom half of the 7th inning. 5-3 Hilltoppers over the Rockets.
Pitching for Los Alamos, number 3, Donnie Valerio. Rio on first base. We're back to the top of the order for the Goddard Rockets.
All right, back to the top of the order. Ryan Alsop will step in. He is the tying run. Down at first base is Bryce Carrillo, and the new pitcher, number 3, Donnie Valerio. Comes set from the stretch, a right-hander. Pitch way outside for ball 1. So Swavely goes from pitching out to left field, and Valerio in to pitch here. Try to save this ball game. So he comes set to the plate. Swung on. That's going to be hit to the gap, and it's going to get knocked down, but rolls by him. I'm going to give that a single. That was going to be a tough play anywhere for the shortstop, Diego Rodriguez. So also with another single on the infield hit. Now runners at first and second, and nobody out. And John Silva coming to the plate. He is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, and he was also hit by a pitch. So the tying run at second, the go-ahead run at the plate. Goddard, the home team, so if they can get these 3 runs, they will get the win. Swing and a miss, big cut for Silva. Strike 1. Cinco Holloway on deck and Colby Eldridge. No, actually, it'll probably be Michael Matheson. He's back in batting in the hole. Here's the pitch, swung on, fouled off of himself for strike 2. So Silva kind of fouled that down and in, went off his leg or his foot or something. So 0-2 the count, nobody out, runners at first and second. Hilltoppers trying to finish this game off. Don't let those 2 runs get across. Valerio comes set from the stretch. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, gets away from the catcher. He's going to have a chance at third base. Oh, he can't advance. He should have went to third. So the catcher, just a mental error there. He did not have to go to first. He should have went firing it to third. He had a chance. I thought that's where he was going. So the strikeout is out, and that's the first out of the inning, but the runners move over on the ball getting kind of skipping away from the catcher, Trujillo. And he didn't realize. He's looking at the coach. He's like, messed up. So the tying run's now at second and third. The tying run at second. Here's the pitch. Holloway looks at called strike 1 as he comes in to bat in his normal 3 spot. He's 0 for 3, a pair of strikeouts and a ground out. 1 out here, runners at second and third, and here's the wind in the pitch. Outside, good job there by Trujillo that time as he did not let that ball get by him, and it was a tough one to catch over on his far right. So the count now 1-1 with 1 out. Bottom of the 7th, 5-3, Hilltoppers, but Goddard knocking. Again, a pitch outside that Trujillo blocks and keeps in front of him. Almost chasing it was Holloway, but he did not, so the count goes 2-1. Valerio looking in, getting a long time before the pitch gets out to Trujillo from the dugout. Now the pitch. Just missed away for ball 2. 3-1, yeah. I was going to say, I thought that was ball 3. Okay, 3-1 the count. Valerio to the plate. Strike called on the inside half. Full count on that good fastball. So full count, runners at second and third, 1 out. Donnie Valerio trying to get the save here. 5-3, Hilltoppers on top in the bottom of the 7th. He came in here to start the 7th. The pitch, and it gets away from the catcher, but it's a walk as it was in the turf. So now bases are loaded with 1 out. And coming to the plate will be number 12, Michael Matheson. He is 0 for 3.
In the run for the Rockets, number 8, Adrian Solis.
Adrian Solis will come in and run for the Rockets for the catcher,
Michael Matheson.
Cinco Holloway. So the base is loaded here, 5-3 Hilltoppers. The winning run now on the base pass at first base. Tying run at second. Only 1 out. They're going to play up on the corners, back at double play depth, up the middle. The outfielders shading to the right side. I'm sorry, to the left side pretty heavily is the center fielder. Right fielder playing pretty shallow. And Donnie Valerio, the pitcher, ready to go. Pitch, just missed away, ball 1. On deck is the second baseman, and he has been hot. He's 3 for 3 on the day, Luke Fulkerson. So they want to get double play somewhere here. Don't let him bat. Is what the Hilltoppers are probably thinking. Pitch misses up. 2-0 now the count. And he'll step off. I'm going to talk to his third baseman, and he's going to bring the catcher out as well. Third baseman is calling him in, Taylor Drake. So they're going to have a meeting out there and talk about something that he saw or wants to do. I hear a baby down there somewhere not happy. Good crowd here for Goddard. And Hilltoppers brought a crowd as well. 5-3 here in the third place game. Goddard and Los Alamos. 2022 Artesia Invitational here at Brainerd Park, the home of the Artesia Bulldogs. So their meeting is over. At the plate, 2-0 count to Michael Matheson. He looks at called, strike 1 on the outside corner. So the count goes 2-1. Bulldogs batting over in the bottom of the 5th. Lady Bulldogs, and they lead 3-0. No outs in the bottom of the 5th in their championship game. Swing, it's a grounder up the middle. See if they can turn the double play. They go to 4, and not in time. So 6-4 is the put out. 1 run does score on the fielder's choice. So coming in from third base is Ryan Alsop. Nope, sorry, Bryce Carrillo. Alsop now at third. 2 outs in the inning. Gonna have a courtesy runner for number 12. Runners at the corners. And 2 outs. So Luke Fulkerson coming to the plate. And Logan Sons comes in to run. And so coming to the plate, Luke Fulkerson, he is 3 for 3 in this ball game. He's got a triple and a pair of singles, and he scored 2 runs. So I'm going to try to get him out or get somebody out somewhere, but he is definitely on fire today as he is 3 for 3. Umpires talk about something, don't know what, but they speak for a moment. And now everybody gets ready to go. Fulkerson steps in. He has been on fire. He's been tattooing the ball. Usually the first pitch, too. We'll see what Valerio delivers to him. Trujillo sets up on the outer third. Here's the pitch. Bounces it up there for ball 1. Good job by Trujillo keeping it in front of him because the tying run is just 90 feet away now. So 1-0 the count. On deck is Ross Stokes, and in the whole field's Boston for the Goddard Rockets, and they're trying to get the win here. The winning run is at first base. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. Donnie Valerio, the pitcher, takes a look back, and now he comes set and to the plate. Strike 1 called on the outer third of the plate. 1-1 the count to Fulkerson. All right, Valerio comes set. 1-1 the count, 2 down, runners on the corners. Here's the pitch, low and away, ball 2. Fulkerson back in on the right side. 2-1 the count, 2 outs. Valerio comes set. And the pitch, swing. That is going to get to the shortstop in the hole. That's an infield single, and the tying run crosses the plate. So a 4th hit for Luke Fulkerson. He has 3 singles and a triple. Now he has an RBI. And the Goddard Rockets tie it up. I told you they were industrious. So coming in to score was Alsop, and moving to second base was Holloway, and down at first base now is Luke Fulkerson. Luke Fulkerson. Game tied up, and Ross Stokes will step in. He's 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored, and he has an RBI on a fielder's choice. 5-5, bottom 7, timeout called by the batter, Ross Stokes. On deck is number 4, Fields Boston, the center fielder, and in the hole, Seth Henry, the right fielder for the Rockets. So they got a run. They got the go-ahead run now at second base. 2 outs. A base hit here anywhere could very well be the tying run. I mean the go-ahead run and the winning run. As Valerio looks back, he looks back to the catcher. His pitch in the dirt or in the turf for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Carlsbad and Santee here. The championship game coming up after this ball game. It will be right here on KSVPTV.com. 1-0 the pitch. He held up, ball 2. 2-0 the count. We'll also have that on the radio. Long look into his catcher, Trujillo. Valerio comes set. The pitch, strike called on the outer third. 2-1 now the count to Stokes. Five to 5, all tied up here, bottom of the 7th. It was 5-3 coming in. And now the game is on Valerio as he came in to get the save, but the score now tied, so it's his ball game to win or lose at this point. The pitch in the turf, it's going to skip away from the catcher to his left, and both runners will move up. All right, so on the pass ball, runners now at second and third. The winning run just 90 feet away, and the count 3-1 to Ross Stokes. And then they're just going to award him the base, so he'll trot down for the walk. So the count to Fields Boston is 0-0 as he will come up. The center fielder gets a talking to by his coach down third base. He's got an opportunity here with a hit anywhere. A single anywhere will get the game-winning RBI. Or if he can draw a walk, he'll get the game-winning RBI. All right. Bases loaded, 2 down, 5-5, bottom of 7. Boston at the plate. He is 1 for 3. First pitch he sees, he fouls back into the net for strike 1. He singled in the second inning. He grounded into a 5-3 put out in the 4th and then reached on an error an inning ago. And right now has an 0-1 count. So 0-1. Valerio with the wind in the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2, or strike 1, 1-1 now the count. No, that is 0-2, that's right. 0-2 the count. Ball game is tied up, bases are loaded. Goddard wanted to get that last runner in to get the win here. Bottom of the 7th, 5-5. Here's the 0-2, swung on, pop fly out to right field. Right fielder coming in, and he will make the play. So we're going extra innings on the fly out by Fields Boston. So 1-2 hits and 2 runs. There was no errors. And 3 runners left on base for the Goddard Rockets. They get those 2 runs that they had to have to keep this game going, did the Goddard Rockets. And so it's 5-5, and we go into the 8th. Stay tuned right here on KSVPTV.com. The top of the 8th coming up.
At the conclusion of this contest, ladies and gentlemen, we all have a trophy presentation for 3rd place. Coming up at 7 p.m., we will have the championship game featuring the Carlsbad Cavemen and the Santa Teresa Desert Warriors.
All right, welcome back here to the ballpark in Artesia. We have gone into extra innings as the Goddard Rockets get the 2 runs they had to have in the bottom of the 7th to tie it up. So coming to the plate for the Hilltoppers here in the 8th will be their number 3 batter in the lineup, Taylor Drake. He's 0 for 4, looking to get his first hit of the ball game, and he looks at a pitch, hits it right at the third baseman, picks it up and fires it across. 5-3, out number 1 on the first pitch. So that'll bring let's see, where did he move to? He moved over to second base. Number 17, Grant Watkins, to the plate. He is 4 for 4 and looks at ball 1. He's got a triple, a double, and a pair of singles, so if he can get a home run, he'd hit for the cycle today. 1-0 the count. Charles Steinkamp on deck, and Zach Gonzalez in the hole for the Hilltoppers. Swung on, that's a lace out to left field. That'll be another base hit, and maybe even extra, and it will be extra base hits as it gets through the legs of John Silva. So going around to third base, he's going to send him home. Nope, he's going to hold him up. So going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 5 with another single, and then going all the way to third base on the error is Grant Watkins. So the go-ahead run with 1 out now stands at third base. And coming to the plate will be Charles Steinkamp. He is reached by error twice. He's 0 for, but he also has a sacrifice bunt. Here's the pitch. Called, strike 1. On deck is number 15, Zach Gonzalez, and in the hole, the catcher, Esteban Trujillo. So the go-ahead run at third base with 1 out. Swing and a miss for strike number 2 on Steinkamp. Kind of waved at that pitch, didn't get a real good swing at it. I think it fooled him a little bit. Wind in the pitch, infield playing in. Pop fly, and the pitcher calls everybody off, and that's 2 down. Ross Stokes with the catch. So that'll bring Zach Gonzalez to the plate, left-handed batter. He is 0 for 2, flew out and grounded out in his 2 at-bats here in the ball game. Lefty against the righty, Ross Stokes. Go-ahead run still stands at third. Base hit anywhere will get them up by 1. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 1. On deck is the catcher, Esteban Trujillo, and in the hole, the first baseman, Jack Moudet. Pitch from Stokes. Strike 1 called on the outside third. 1-1 the count. If you're just joining us, you've missed it. As Goddard comes back and ties it up in the bottom of the 7th, it was 5-3 Hilltoppers, but Goddard gets 2 runs across. So we're in extra. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 1-2 now the count to Gonzalez, with 2 down and a runner down at third base. Now the pitcher will step off. Looking like he wanted to make sure what he wanted to throw there, so he steps off. Now he's back on. And getting ready for the pitch. Here it is. Swing and foul tip, so staying alive is Gonzalez. The count remains 1-2. Here's the wind in the pitch, 1-2. Swing and a miss, he got him. Strike 3, and that is out number 3. There was 1 hit, but no runs, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. So we've played through 7.5, and the score remains 5-5, Goddard and Los Alamos. We'll be back, bottom of the 8th inning coming up. Hey, my man, how are you? All right, we're here for the bottom half of the 8th inning. Goddard Rockets coming to the plate. Across the way, the Artesia Lady Bulldogs win their tournament 10-0. 10-run rule over the Goddard Lady Rockets in the bottom of the 5th inning. There was one out when they got the 10th run across, so they get the win and win their own championship. Here's the pitch away to number 5, Seth Henry, the right fielder.
One ball to the center fielder. Number 5, Seth Henry.
So 1-0. Henry has Carrillo on deck. As that pitch misses high for ball 2. 2-0 the count. 5-5. Goddard looking to get one run and get this game won. Here's the pitch. Strike called on the outside third. 2-1 now the count. Riley Crandall struck out 13 of the 16 batters she faced. Or 15 batters she faced. Here's the pitch. Oh, and he hits him. So the hit by pitch puts the go-ahead and winning run on base with nobody out. And that'll bring Bryce Carrillo to the plate. He walked and scored a run an inning ago, one of the 2 runs that came across. And so he comes to the plate as the
that'll bring up number 11, Bryce Carrillo.
Trujillo, the catcher, goes out and talks to Valerio real quickly. All right, so Bryce Carrillo, the number 9 hitter in the lineup, his second time up. He came in last inning and drew the walk. And then we're back to the top of the order. Ryan Alsop on deck and John Silva in the hole as Seth Henry gets his lead over at first base. Now he's off and running. Strike called. The throw down's not going to be in time. So the winning run now stands at second base after he steals it with nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. All right, so everybody will get reset here. The count 0-1 to Carrillo, because that was a called strike 1. Throw down not in time. And Henry getting a good lead at second base. Valerio comes to the plate. That's hit high into the air on the right side. Second baseman in the infield will make the play.
And the catch made by Diego Rodriguez. One down in the inning.
So that's the first out as number 10 makes that catch. Diego Rodriguez, who had moved over to second base.
The shortstop, number 24, Ryan Alsop.
And that brings us to the top of the order with one out. Alsop comes to the plate. He is 3 for 4, a double, a single, and a single. He flew out in the 5th. He singled in the last inning, and he was the other run. And they're going to walk him. So they're going to walk him and put him on base to get a force out.
Alsop intentionally walked.
So he's intentionally walked. That fly out was out number 1 on Carrillo. And now also potentially walked, and that brings John Silva to the plate. He struck out 3 times, and he was hit by a pitch once. So 0 for 3 for Silva. He's got runners at first and second with 1 out. Valerio to the plate, outside, ball 1. Another good job there by Estevan Trujillo to keep that ball from getting by him. He's been working back there these last 3 or 4 innings since he came in to catch. Valerio a couple peeks back to second. Now he'll come set. And the pitch, swing and a foul tip for strike 1. 1-1 now the count to Silva. Cinco Holloway on deck and Michael Matheson in the hole. Winning run at second base. Valerio ready to go. 1-1 pitch outside. Again blocked by the catcher. 2-1 now the count on that low and outside pitch. 5-5, bottom of the 8th. Goddard with the runner in scoring position to get the win. But Los Alamos trying to get the next 2 outs and get their turn at bat in the 9th. And the pitch, low and away. It gets away from the catcher, And going into third base sliding is Ryan Alsop. Actually, that's Seth Henry, sorry. So Seth Henry into third. The pit batter at the runner at first stays put. So Alsop stayed right there at first. And the count now 3-1 to Silva. As the catcher, Trujillo, steps out and gives the signs to his infield here. Alsop gets a pretty good lead over for, well, not too big of a lead. And the pitch called, strike 2, so a full count now. So difference of umpires. One of the umpires early in the game earlier today chewed out one of the duckouts for doing stuff during the pitcher, and the Goddard Rockets are screaming at the pitcher. But different umpire. He's not going to say anything about it, so that's his prerogative. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. Bases loaded up. Back-to-back walks, so Alsop will go to second. Silva to first, and Cinco Holloway will come to the plate. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. He has struck out twice, grounded out to the second baseman once, walked in the 7th. As he steps on the right side to face Valerio for the second time. Drew a walk the first time. Now from the windup is Valerio. High, ball 1. On deck is Michael Matheson, and in the hole Luke Fulkerson, but don't think we're going to get to those guys. One way or the other with the bases loaded, either going to get a double play, and there's a swing and a miss, or we're going to get a base hit or something, or a walk and get the runner home. So not sure we're going to get to go with those guys in this inning. I guess if he strikes out, we'll get to Matheson for sure. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swung on, foul back into the net for strike 2. So 1-2 now the count. Bottom of 8, 5-5. Goddard with the bases loaded and only that one out. So Los Alamos looking for a double play ball anywhere to get out of this inning. And of course Goddard looking for a base hit or a walk in. 1-2 the count. Struck him out on the outside corner, rings him up for out number 2.
Strike 3 called, 2 outs in the inning.
That is the second strikeout issued by Silva.
Next up for the Rockets,
here in his inning and 2/3 of pitching.
Logan Sons.
And that brings number 13, Logan Sons, to the plate. So he came in. It's not Michael Matheson. His first time at bat is Sons. The pitch is way outside, gets by the catcher, and that is going to end the ball game on the wild pitch. Coming in to score is number 5 for the Goddard Rockets, and they win in extra 6-5 on the passed ball. As Seth Henry scores from third base, he started this inning off hit by pitch. And so the Los Alamos Hilltoppers will take the loss. The Goddard Rockets get the win, 6-5. Now coming up here on KSVPTV.com and also on the radio, KSVP Radio AM 990 and FM 93.7, will be the championship game, the Carlsbad Cavemen and the Santa Teresa Desert Warriors, as Goddard will get the third place trophy, and that's going to be presented here in just a moment. And Los Alamos will finish 4th in the tournament. Artesia won the consolation championship. They finished 5th, and Belen wins the 7th place game, finishing 7th. Clovis 6th, and Moriarty finishes last in the tournament. So the final 2, Carlsbad and Santa Teresa, coming up next. In extras, the Goddard Rockets make a comeback. They were down 5-3 going into the bottom of the 7th inning. They get 2 runs to tie it up, hold Los Alamos scoreless in the top of the 8th, and then get 1 run across to win 6-3, and that is our final. On behalf of our camera folks and Gene Dow, our producer, this is Joby Hodling saying thanks for tuning in. We'll probably go away for a little bit, but we'll be back here on the radio and online, KSVPTV.com, with the championship game. Thanks for tuning in.
approximately 43 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have the championship game of the Artesia Invitational at 7 p.m. It'll be Carlsbad taking on Santa Teresa.